Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic. Happy President's Day. It's Monday. What do we do on President's Day? Anyone out there buying any discounted mattresses? I mean, what's the deal, right? What's the deal with President's Day? All right, well, we've got a President's Day special for you guys. Clayton Eckhart's. Is it week 7? Is it lucky 7? What are we on? Week 7, week 22? I can't tell these days. Either way, less women are there. More are starting to say they're falling in love with Clayton. We'll see what he says in return. Fabricated drama, this and that. We'll do a little bit of a preview. We'll read the synopsis. And I'm going to discuss the idea that I wrote here on this thumbnail. Is Clayton the most publicly scrutinized lead ever? And by publicly scrutinized, I don't mean by the fans. I mean by his former ladies. So we've got, if you look into it, I mean, there's been everyone from Cassidy was scrutinizing him after he decided to try to give a rose to Sally Carson, right? And then we've got Lindsay saying, hey, you lied. You knew whatever was up and you didn't do anything about it. And then we've got people like Sierra Jackson. We tried to tell you. And the list goes on and on and on. And it makes you wonder, are the contestants not allowed to criticize the production? So instead, they're criticizing the only person they can, which is Clayton. Is that what's happening? I'd love to know what you guys think. Definitely let me know. And we're going to get into the synopsis right here. But by the way, I'll say this about people criticizing Clayton when he decided to apologize to Elizabeth, saying, I didn't know that Shanae was as bad or that she was making fun of your ADHD. And people are saying, come on, we told you. And I challenge people like Lindsay and everyone else just to say this. We give grace to Elizabeth to say, oh, she says she has ADHD. And part of that means she can only have specific auditory inputs, which essentially means she can only focus on one person. So if someone's running by with their head on fire, she might not notice them if she's in a conversation, just because she has to stay hyper-focused to let that content in. Well, why can't we give a little grace to Clayton? Maybe he works a certain way like that, where he's talking to 20 different women, and someone's like, yeah, Elizabeth, Shanae's kind of bad, and he's like, huh? I'm trying to talk to Sarah. I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like if we were criticizing a person who ran American Ninja Warrior, that obstacle course. Now it's almost like if we're like, oh, you didn't run it fast enough, you weren't athletic enough. It's like, well, Clayton, he's clearly trying his best. Why are we going to judge him for his inability to juggle 30 relationships at once? I mean, it should almost be a point of pride that he's not good at this. He's not Mrs. Doubtfire taking his wig off. Hello. He's not doing all that, like manipulative work. He's just a normal guy swimming way too deep in the deep end. Am I being too kind? I'd love to know what you guys think. I just think it's ridiculous that everyone's like, oh, boy. And I think they're railing against Clayton because they can't rail against somebody else. It's almost like the fact we rail against these little issues that we have in society because we should and we can't rail against the powers that be that actually should be the things we're focused on. Tonight's episode, here's a synopsis in my best voiceover voice. In the season's juiciest, most jam-packed episode of The Bachelor yet, fresh from her second one-on-one date, Sarah is intent on finding out which of the ladies tried to take her down, and the drama from her bitter confrontation threatens to ruin yet another cocktail party. Things seem to cool down when the group makes their way to Vienna, Austria, where the stakes couldn't be higher for Clayton as the realization hits that hometowns are right around the corner. Later, he and the woman let their walls down with an intimate couples therapy session, but an observation from the psychotherapist rocks Clayton, leaving him to make another decision that has the woman questioning everything, all leading up to one of the most heartbreaking rose ceremonies of the season. Not bad, right? Can you believe that? Hometowns are around the corner. Are you kidding me? How many? We're just spawning relationship after relationship. We're on like Bachelor season 98 here. All right, so I think I fairly covered what I wanted to talk about with the contestants criticizing him. And again, not to say that it hasn't happened in the past. I think it just used to be something you'd wait till the men tell all or a woman tell all to get off your chest. I wonder if the Bachelor producers are sending cease and desist or if they're just encouraging this. Yeah, throw them to the wolves. We'll see, whatever. Not really sure which is the case. So I'm going to play the about 3 or 4 quick Instagram clips of how the season is shaping up and what to expect tonight. But first, let's play a voicemail from earlier regarding Clayton.
Hi, I'm calling from Florida, and I just want to ask, why is Clayton walking away every single time when he doesn't need to? He just needs to sit down, listen, maybe consult someone, like, for example, the Sarah crime scene. He doesn't need to walk away. And for the fact that he walks away during the time of conflict, I wouldn't even want him if he did that to me. Hell no. No, Clayton needs to sit down and listen sometimes. Okay, that's it. Bye.
Thank you so much for the call. Clayton needs to stop walking away. Listen, first of all, this is 1,000% producer manipulation and editing. There is no way when someone has a heart-to-heart with them that he just decides to walk away. Whenever there's a tough conversation to happen, whenever there's like a heightened climatic moment, they always have the lead walk away because they want to get reaction shots of the person kind of sitting there being like, oh my gosh. I think you were referring to when Clayton walked away when Shanae and Genevieve were on the 2-on-1 date, and he was like, are you an actress? She's like, huh? And then he just walks away or whatever. I just don't see it happening that way. I don't think that's what happened, but I think he does have someone right off camera, so he can step aside, talk to them, and then go back in because it's a TV show they're producing. So they don't just have 3-hour-long takes that they do. They do a little bit here, they move away. Okay, now talk about that. So I wouldn't. I kind of have to throw that sort of evidence out for a lack of seeing it all done in one take. Now, if it's one solid take, 2-shot where there's no edits or whatever, and Sarah's like, I'm falling for you and I'm torn because this and that, and then he just walks away, you'd be like, okay, well, give her a little bit. You know what I mean? But I just don't think that's the case. All right, here's some. So we're going to watch about 4 different previews right now of what we're going to see on tonight's episode.
I am in love with you.
Someone in here is putting on an act. I'm sorry, but I just don't believe you.
Clayton doesn't believe her. All right, so that's the first one, and let's go 3 more.
Sarah, can I talk to you for a minute? Me? Yeah, sure.
Oh boy.
Last night, Sarah's comment about the last-ditch effort by a woman who's going home, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It's necessary for me to address the comment last night.
This is really awkward.
I can hear her.
Shh.
Okay, well, this isn't good for us.
Yeah.
Shh. It would behoove you to take a little step back. The women explore their relationship without getting some of your comments.
Have you ever heard someone use the word behoove in a way that's not very condescending? It's never like, hey, buddy, it behoove you to go hit on that girlfriend who's trying to look at you. Oh, yeah, no, it behoove you. It behoove you if you... And you gotta love the dynamic. It's a tale as old as time. The old versus the young. Bachelor drama. Right, because that's what it is. Mara started drama. Sarah responded in kind. Now it would behoove Mara to just let bygones be bygones. But as we know, when you're backed into a corner, you're going to swing. And that's exactly what Mara's doing because she kind of realizes she's not getting the attention. Of course, Sarah got the second one-on-one date, and it would behoove Sarah to not listen to Mara's nonsense and get sucked down with it. But sometimes that's what you do.
Are a little manipulative, and they break the girls down. That's your belief at the end of the day, so...
Ooh, at the end of the day. Damn. Coming up tonight on the back. Every single time I'm going to do it, I'm just going to get bigger and bigger. All right, we've got several more. To the floor. Slap that flow.
Oh my goodness. Wait. Is this
All right, Hannah Brown's back on the show.
We're riding in style, right?
Okay.
But where are we riding to?
Battle of the Dimples, by the way.
We are going to put the whole focus on you today. I have so many surprises in store, and I just want to make her smile and make her happy, and that's what...
I have so many surprises in store, like taking the Bachelor credit card and spending money that's not mine. You want that top shelf liquor? Absolutely, have at it. When it's actually time to be together, it's like, let's eat from the burgers out of the menu.
Today's all about.
We're in downtown Vienna. There's this beautiful shop.
We're shopping for you today. This is all about you, okay?
Everything was beautiful.
Take the floor.
I know.
Susie.
I literally don't understand what my life is right now. Oh my God.
It just sounds like 17 different birds are being born. This is the same exact storyline that we had with Matt James when he took Rachel Kirkconnell on a date, and she was like, I've never had a nice dress before. You know, they do that whole thing. The damsel in distress. So that's what it is. Does that mean Susie's going to get that same treatment? I don't know. It's definitely setting her up for a magical, storyline. what I love is like whoever's going to get the next date, you know, it's like Susie's going to get a date where she gets to spend $10,000 and buy all this clothes. And what's on the next date? We're going to mud wrestle pigs. That's the next date.
I'm so jealous.
Your date sounds like my dream scenario.
Ich suche Fräulein Susi.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Thank you very much.
Red is his favorite color. Ugh.
A real-life princess going to meet her prince.
Coming up tonight, on the Bachelor. All right, did we just play this one? No, this is the next one.
Welcome to Vienna. Sigmund Freud was born here. He's
Wow.
the founder of psychoanalysis. I'm a psychoanalyst. Each of you will have a couple therapy session with Clayton, your partner.
I've never been to couples therapy. It's definitely intimidating. I'm just hoping I can make it through.
That lady seemed very serious.
Yeah, I just don't know, like, what to expect.
I'm a little nervous, but I understand the importance on this date.
So how you feel?
That is a loaded question.
I don't even think I know what's going on inside of me.
I am open
Clayton, I'll tell you.
more than like I ever have been.
You know, today I really am having these women step outside their comfort zones. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
I know you saw a lot of feelings. Some of them were honest. Some of them were, let's call it performative. My poor fiance's got to hear me in the other room. Ash Talks Batch says, this seems interesting. Ooh, baby. Yeah. Who do you think's the performative one, guys? My guess, all right, come up with your answer right now before I say it, because I don't want to influence you. Tell me who you think is going to be the performative one. By the way, did we see Mara in there? I don't think she was a part of that, right? Out of who we saw, as much as I hate to say it, I feel like they're going to go with Genevieve, which I don't think she's performative at all. I just think she doesn't share her emotions the same as everyone else. But that's my guess, is Genevieve. Don't let it be Genevieve. Clayton, you don't send her home till I say so. That's my cousin you're talking to. Cece says, OMG, psychoanalysis, a couples therapy session. I'm excited and nervous at the same time. Yeah, you know, it's always like, let's do therapy. It's a good way to express yourself so that we can use your words against you. All right? Anyway, let's see. I think we've got one more. Is that one more? The last one? No, two more here.
Hello, Vienna!
Go back to America.
Love is finally in the air, and I definitely feel that my wife is here.
I'm falling in love.
I am in love with you.
Whoa.
Someone in here is putting on an act.
She dug herself a hole and she doesn't know how to get out of it.
This is what you said.
That's
All
Mara.
hell's gonna break loose.
I'm sorry, but I just don't believe you.
All right. That's it, folks. That's it. We have one more. This might be a repeat. We'll see. A Vienna fairy tale. Once upon a time, the Bachelor went to Vienna.
Vienna is really, truly magical. It feels
These
like
graphics.
we're in a fairy tale.
The word love has been used, and it's finally in the air.
Susie got the edit.
It feels really good.
I think I actually am falling in love with him.
To love.
To be continued. All right, folks, we'll be live 7 p.m. East Coast, 4 p.m. West Coast for a 1-hour pre-episode live stream, and then we will be back after the East Coast episode to talk all about it. You guys can call the voicemail line. If you want, you can call the voicemail line now, and I'll play it leading up to tonight's live stream. I'll play it on the live stream, 401-213-9828. Of course, no spoilers. Hey, listen, Peter Weber, you have made the video earlier, said that he doesn't think Clayton ends up with somebody this season. That's the rumor. No, there's no spoiler there, but everyone's saying the fact that there is no spoiler might mean that there is no safe house. The only safe house visit might be Clayton in a box of tissues, if you know what I mean. And if you don't, God bless your heart. All right, folks. We'll see y'all in a little bit. I have content over on the Dave Neal Show if you want some non-Bachelor related content. Let me tell you something. We're kind of kicking it up over there. So go give it a check out. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.